All right, how you doing, everybody? This is Souls44. We're back playing Craftoria and still messing around with Mechanism. I got some stuff to share about what I've done and what I'm going to do today, hopefully get done. First of all, I wanted to show you this interesting little deal here. All right, so this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6 this way and that way, but it's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 10 tall. So it's even with the turbine, which don't worry, it's just full of steam. So it's not doing anything. Now I did switch over this plug, and as you can see, it's producing 200 and something plus FE a tick. Um, I gave it priority 4, so it's being used instead of all the others that have my non-renewable resources being used. So these are nice and full, and I believe these should also now be nice and full as well. So these are my backups now, except for this one. Weird. Well, anyway, yeah. So that's my priority level for my steam turbine. 200 and some KFE. I don't know. It keeps popping up and down because of use and non-use, so it just flows up and down. But the biggest, most important thing is I wanted to show is that I was running the tank. Is it staying? It should stay steady. It actually filled up with sodium almost like halfway up, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And that was because I had built this brine tower. Now is max size, which is a max height of 18, which means it can produce 2,160 millibuckets, a little bit over 2 buckets every tick. The resistive heaters, maximum amount for the resistive heater is 1.25 KFE a tick. That's the most it can do for this. So I actually have an extra valve on there. I wasn't getting enough brine. I couldn't figure out what to do. And so what I did was I actually built yet another evaporation plant over inside the mining dimension. And I set this for dumping because I was getting more and more sodium inside of the quantum entangler, and it was filling up that steam turbine, or not steam turbine, the boiler. And so I don't know what happens if the boiler fills all the way up with cooled steam, with cooled sodium. And I'll be frank with you, I don't want to find out. That being said, I could keep increasing the evaporation or the generation from the fusion reactor. Is a fission reactor. But if you look, this is empty of water. This is empty of water. And this is empty of water. So these water setups are maxed out. Those are maxed out. They're not. I would have to add another pump because this right here actually, as you can see, it's slowly going back up again, but it bounces down and back up again. So it's staying steady. Kinda. It's actually a little bit more, like I can maybe move a little bit more heat into it, but the amount of sodium that's in here keeps it running. This is basically maxed out. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think it's maxed out. See, look at the water. See how it's like just bouncing there? If I go any lower or any higher in temperature, it'll start to come down. And so I should be stable. I'm thinking. God, I hope so. I mean, I could come down a little bit on the temp, but I think having it right here is the sweet spot for me. As long as this pump can keep going, right, we're good. So this is it. This is my maximum amount. Like it shows it maxed water, but it really doesn't look like it. That's fine. This works fine. Just don't want to mess with it. Don't want to mess it up. So this is recycling sodium back into the coolant over here. Right? I don't need all this. I just have it here because, yeah, well, I could only use just one pipe, but I didn't know about the upgrading. But anyway, so this is these two are constantly full, and these aren't full at all. So I have no worries about backing up for heated coolant. So that's good. We're good there. My burn rate is at 39. At 40, it's no good. But my maximum burn rate's 100. And so for 39, I'm not mad at all. It seems pretty safe, is what I'm saying. I mean, the heated sodium staying at this level, it's not moving. Everything seems to be pretty stable. So I'm going to leave it alone at that and just say, hey, I'm getting 39 millibuckets a tick or whatever it is per operation. No sweat. Yeah, that seems to be staying stable. So I could bring it down to 38 just to be a little bit safer. So I'm looking at the sodium level, and if you see it, it's sitting at 94,529, and it'll go down to 28, then back up to 29, and back up to 28. I think that's all just lag in between dimensions, etc. But we're pretty safe right there. So 200, 250 to 200 and something plus KFE a tick coming out of this turbine, and plenty of and I have excess sodium now, so that's great. Now I have to keep this running. I would turn this off. However, I do need to have. I wonder if I could just go like this. There. Yeah, that'll actually work. Never mind. So now I can actually have excess brine. Right? Everything should stay safe. No sodium fluctuations. This is a huge buffer. So we should be good. So now I have excess brine. That excess brine is going to be used to make lithium, which is being used in the other dimension. I'll show you guys that. Oh, I did find my QIO. I had a QIO already made. It's just sitting over by my other mechanism stuff. I didn't even think about it. So here's my other thermal evaporation plant. It's doing its thing, producing brine. All of this was just so that I could get the lithium, and the lithium is being pumped into a deconcentrator. So you got to do liquid lithium into regular lithium, and that gets you tritium. So I have 3 machines here running for tritium going into quantum entanglement to fill up a cube, right? Now this one is actually lithium dust, and the lithium dust, which I am out of, I had a whole lot of regular lithium, so I went ahead and had it pumping into here and then turning it into, turning it into lithium liquid. Well, the lithium chemical. So I had 2 both running at the same time. Now I've only got what's coming out of this tank. So I could make another thermal evaporator and put the brine in and get more lithium, but I'm not sure I'm going to need it. For sure, I'm not 100%. All right, now this setup right here, this is going to run for a while. So when you right-click on this laser amplifier, last video I forgot you have to do that. You can click right here. I put redstone energy contents output, and then I put it on redstone detection normal. And what that lets me do is push this button. It should shoot a laser in there, and it has to reach, I don't remember, I think it has to make a full setup for it to work, for it to ignite. And you have to make a holorum, and you have to fill it with DT fuel. All right, so I showed you guys the tritium. Now I'll show you guys the deuterium. So here's my heavy water, which is my advanced electrical pump, pumping into this big, very big tank, and that is heading into. I have this dumping extra oxygen, but this is the deuterium. This one's the oxygen. I had it swapped. I screwed up, but you can tell which side you want it to dump to. So the deuterium is full, right? There's the deuterium, and it's going into this machine here, the chemical infuser. And I turned it off for now because this is where you're going to fill up your hole around. And that's what you're going to use for the reaction inside the fission reactor. Now, in order for this fission reactor to work, you have to pump into it both either deuterium and tritium, and it fuses, or you can just pump straight DT fuel straight into it. Now, I'm not producing enough. I don't think I can produce enough DT fuel, because what will happen is I will have to make a lot more of these evaporation plants and brine to make this whole setup run non-stop, because tritium is actually slow as heck. Now, this process here, the conversion from heavy water, this electrolytic separator, I believe you would have to have 2 of those, maybe even 3. And of course, dump your oxygen or send your oxygen somewhere to a giant tank or something, because yeah, it's a lot. So because this isn't really going to be used, I'm just going to leave this here. I don't remember how much it used. It didn't even use that much. So I'm going to break these. Well, my inventory is chock full. I've been doing a lot of work. And I'm going to put them here and here. I think that's what you got to do. Right? So heat, fuel. Okay, so here's the fuel. You would have one side is going to be, so injection rate 0. 2, I think, is the minimum. Now, you also have to figure out what you're going to do with the steam that comes from this, because you have to have a coolant, I believe. Yeah, so you have your plasma. The energy that's stored in here that's nothing. That's not even enough to get it ignited, but it creates a little bit of heat. So yeah, it already shows you that I've already dissipated a lot of heat. That was for me playing around with this laser and not knowing what the heck I was doing to get it ignited. But you're going to put your colorant in here. And it tells you the energy that it's going to create. I think you can just dump the steam. I don't know. Well, let's get the fuel up. This one is deuterium. These are inputs. So, chemicals out. Fluids out. See, now we have deuterium in there. And then we have tritium, and that's going to be out. No, let's turn everything off. I think it's chemicals. Yeah. Okay, so now we have, I sure hope it is. Actually, just to be on the safe side, this one was already pre-configured. I forgot to do the whole, yeah, so I don't know. It could be chemicals. It could be fluids. I can't remember. I think it's chemicals. I'm pretty sure it's chemicals, but just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and tell it fluids and chemicals output automatically. And that's it. That this should be able to run. Now, I do not know for sure what else it has. I think it has to have a coolant. I can't remember. I've been trying to figure this all out. I was just playing around with it over and over again, trying to figure it out. Now, energy-wise, you can pull the energy. Well, let's see something here. Heat capacity, insufficient fuel, ready for ignition. This right here, if you set it for a redstone signal, you can actually tell your laser to trigger on its own when it reaches a point. But I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to let it run. I hope that works. And I want to do another quantum entangleporter and have it set for energy because it's going to be a giant battery, basically. I don't think you can make it bigger now. So I'm going to have this one. Oops. Okay. And call it energy. So there it is. Now, it won't take any time at all for this thing to fill up with energy from this. Ah, there we go. So now the energy that's inside there has been... I didn't even lose the energy that was in there. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Yeah, so there was energy in here, and now it'll end up it going in here. So the energy that I used from the laser going to it, just make sure that the red dot's facing this way. Now, you can use more of these lasers to do this, to speed it up. But what I did was I just set it up, right? I set it up, and I've just let it sit so that while I'm working on getting the fuel and all the other stuff going, we're ready to go. Now, here's the thing. Let's set this up. We're gonna tell it everything off. And except for energy, I want it to be input. And then want auto eject on. And okay, that's saying that's the back side that's touching there. So that means that the front here under energy will be out. And I think I can make a plug. I might have enough. Missing a flux core. I hope I might have enough flux. I don't know if I do. I do. Okay. And make a plug. And then why did it do that? I gotta be very careful. I don't want to break stuff. Okay, it did connect. Now it's part of the network. And it gained the energy from here. I don't know. I guess it's got a buffer built into it of 242,000 FE. That's fine. Now, I don't know what happens if the thing fills up with energy. I think it still needs a coolant. I'm going to look it up real quick. So I'll be right back. Let me look it up. Yeah, hopefully, am I back on? Okay, I'm back recording. Look. So I went ahead and I read the wiki real quick. It really wasn't very long. You can just look it up. It says that you can run it dry. Or you can run it with a giant turbine with lots of water going in to cool it. But it says you can run it dry, and that it concerns me. I don't know what'll happen. I don't know. I'm a little afraid to run water in this, to run it without water. Because it seems like it would just run away. But it says you can run. It's best to just run it dry unless you've got a whole bunch. It says while it may be tempting to water cool the fusion reactor, the amount of steam produced quickly spirals out of control unless one is willing to build tens of max size. You know what? I bet if I put man, I don't know. Should I run another turbine? Like, I don't need that kind. I don't know how much energy I'm gonna need. Now, if this thing only needs to have one, it's almost to the halfway point. That'll get it started. The question is, am I going to have enough deuterium to keep it running? And what happens when I turn this thing on? Because if the thing blows up, I don't know what will happen. I don't think there's any safety measures in place for this thing. So am I running? What's my bottleneck for tritium? It looks like right now lithium is my bottleneck. So let's take a look. What can I do to increase my lithium amount? it really does come down to this. This thing it's full of brine. It doesn't look like it, but it is full of brine. Let's build yet another one of these and just increase my tritium just to make sure I got enough. And you'll get to see how big it can be built. I don't know if I did it on camera or not, so might as well, I guess. So let's just do a thermal. I have some left over. I didn't know how many I was going to need. I know we're going to need more than a stack, probably 2 stacks. And we need, I think we need 2. One for the input, one for the output, and then one for a resistive heater. This doesn't even have a resistive heater on it, does it? Wow, this one's producing it so fast. It doesn't. I have a valve here for the resistive heater. I wonder if I could just run the brine straight over and see how well that does. Let's just go ahead and build it. So it's going to be a 4x4, which is, I don't like, but I prefer odd numbers for some reason. "18 is the tall as it gets." That's what it says anyway. Now, let's see if I can get it. Yeah, we're going to do a valve here, a valve here, and a valve here. We'll put that down. And then, oh, we need a controller too. Of course. Let's put the controller right next to this valve. There. Now, the minimum size, they said, is 3x4. So 3 tall. Basically, you have to be able to cover the tops of these right here. So technically, if I break this, it would form. Yeah, see, it formed right now. But it is teeny tiny. We want to be able to really ramp up our amount of lithium production. And one more extra should be enough to let us run the machine. I'm not saying we need it. I don't know if we're going to need the energy or not. But you know what? I had the power fail on me a few times. And in this case, if the power fails, we get reactions blowing up and stuff like that. And once we run to make the antimatter, we're going to really, like, look how many of these things we need. Yeah, we're really going to need a lot of power to get the SPS going. So until I get this done, I can't really do all the upgrades for the mech suit. And I like the mech suit, but without the upgrades, it's garbage, in my opinion. So hopefully they implemented some of the other add-ons that a friend of mine built. They argued with him about it, and I don't know if he won that argument or not, but one of them was while you're flying, it removed the... You know how, like, you get a little bit of slowness from when you're flying, the braking things? I ended up with 38 extras. Well, whatever. Let's go ahead and add the solar. They're not necessary if you have the resistive heater, from what I gathered. But you want your stuff to run during the night. And apparently there's biomes and all kinds of other factors that they include into this, which is fascinating but weird. All right, so those are far enough away we won't have to hear that. All right, so this side will be our resistive heater, and we'll just add a gate to it. Now from here to here, we should be able to run... wait. What color is this? Dark gray. Okay. All right, and we're going to scroll into this as fluids. Now this one will make lithium. And so from here, we need an ender tank. Or I guess we could run a pipe to the top or something. Let's just do, for the sake of, let's just switch that one over. All right. Before I put it, oh yeah, I'm gonna need a white one also. A white dye. There. So that should be this right here. Should be. Now we have our lithium coming out. There we go. I think what we're limited right now by is the speed of the ender tank. So let's go like this. That'll be a buffer. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking. And so this is max speed and max energy. And of course, these won't run in the nighttime. So that's going to be another limiting factor. But these will fill up as a buffer. There we go. There. All right, so that's the fastest we can do with just one of these. And, oh yeah, I guess I could put another valve in here and put that resistive heater because it's at night. I have an extra. And we need a valve. Let's go ahead and place it. Ooh, I don't really want to mess this up here. So we're going to put this right next to my, go like this. And then put this at 1.1250. And slap on a, there we go. Full of water. And if you come all the way down inside, you can see it. The brine is going in, but it is being transformed as fast as it is being. There. And it's going to fill these up. And then the daytime comes. These will then transform over. So, all right. What do we have that can dump excess steam? It looks like the reactor, the turbine, the wind turbine is the only thing I can think of. Do I have a quantum entangled porter? Wait, this one is deuterium? That's deuterium. And that one's deuterium? Did I make an extra deuterium? I did make an extra deuterium. Well, that makes me worried. Does it? Well, they're the same. So if I did delete it. There. So now it's just a plain one. Okay. I don't know why I did that. I don't remember doing that. That's what happens when you get old, folks. Oh, what the hell? It deleted it from mall? That's not good. That's not good at all. Now I gotta wait again. Yeah, now this has got to be set back to Ethereum again. I thought it was just deleted it from the one that I had. Oh, it deleted the whole channel. I just threw away a ton of deuterium. Whatever. We still got this thing full of deuterium, and I can turn it back on. Let it run out, and have plenty of DT fuel. Okay. So, did it lie to me, or does it have to have... This is ready in just a few seconds here. We can run another laser, I guess. Why not? Oh man, I'm scared. Because this thing blowing up is... I've never had it blow up, but I've had it run out of fuel. That's not the laser I want. Or is it? Yeah, that's the laser I want. Right? They look so goofy, just floating in the air. But then they don't look good like that either. Oh well. We'll just run one more laser. It can't hurt to run more laser. I mean, it can. But I hope it don't. Now these are max. They once they if they're maxing out on their energy, then this gate is doing just fine. We could do one more. Why not? I want to kick this thing off, but I'm really worried that it's going to cause a problem. Like, it's going to get too hot and it's going to blow up. I don't know what the coolant rate is. It says you can run it dry, though. You know, like... That's straight from the wiki. Ooh, I don't know if that's going to work. Hold on. Go right there. There we go. Trying to avoid running into the laser. I'm not sure if these lasers will hurt me or not, but I don't want to find out. I know you can set up mob farms with this stuff too, because even this thing right here, it has like detections of creatures. So like you can have this used to like zap the warden or the wither, maybe even the dragon. I'm not sure. Oh, we're getting close. Daylight hasn't come yet, so we're still doing it. Now, let me check on these to make sure they're doing okay. This one should be just constantly running. I don't know what's up. Oh, why is it just filling up this one? I don't think it likes... Oh. I don't think it likes using them both for some reason. I'm confused here. It was taking nuclear waste. Maybe I'm having issues because of the... This is full. So it's filling up the pipe. That's full now. There we go. Now it's running. There we go. Okay. Way better. Much more better. And I know that's bad English. Cool. We are empty. This one's not. But I don't think that producing what I'm producing is going to cause any problems. I hope that's not real radiation. What's that called? A Geiger counter? Nope, we're clear. All right. Now I can't sleep here. If I do, it'll blow up. Pretty sure. And I don't want to find out. So while we're waiting for this last little bit here, man. Yeah, while we're waiting for this last little bit, let's do a real quick last check on my reactors and stuff, make sure everything's going good, and then I'll sleep also while I'm here. See, here's my QIO. Oh, I guess I might as well go ahead and put the other one down. Because I kind of screwed up. So, there's my QIO drive I had already made. There's my portal storage. You can do an import and exporter with it. So, I don't know for sure if you can hook it up to the system or not, but you can use this dashboard, or you can use the handheld version. Either one of these will work. And I kind of want to make at least, let's make 20 of those. Let's see if we can make ourselves the next level QIO. Go like here. And by the time we're done doing that, we should be able to make our reactor turn on. It's raining, it sucks. There's our hyperdense. Now this one requires polonium and more hyperdense, so I guess we could autocraft. But we can just put this on autocraft. And we can put this on autocraft. Now the time dilating, we should be able to make that now. I didn't want to do this, but I'm curious as to if I can hook this up to the AE2 system. I have a ton of room, but I don't know. I think it'd be kind of neat. What about this one? Okay, that's the antimatter one. So, yeah, that's yet another pretty big and long process, but at least we're almost there. We gotta make the SPS next. Is this thing? Oh, look at that. We're using so much energy now from the flux system that we can see how much we produce. 557 kFE a tick coming out of this bad boy. When I tell you that it produces a lot of energy, I wasn't kidding. Our sodium is staying solid. It's not moving. Our water is bouncing between 9.9 and 9.8. So that's staying solid. Our brine is good. This is probably a limiting factor here. Well, it's full. Wait, what color is this? Yellow, white, white. And then yellow, white, white. Oh. I wasn't kidding. This is a limiting factor. Okay. I can do this now that I'm not afraid of breaking it. Okay, we're going to do like that. Boy, these things are fast. Let's go ahead and go like this. like that. And now we're producing way more lithium into the dark gray there. Heck yeah. Okay, I am good with that. We're still good here. Yep. Gnarly. Okay, let's go blow something up. We're gonna run out of time. Well, if I blow this up, I'm definitely running out of time. Oh, okay, here we go. Now, I'm really not used to running this without water. Ah. Ah, man, I'm scared. What if we switch this to 4? And that way this buffers and then it uses energy. And this bad boy is ready to go. So it started. We didn't have to sleep. It just took so long. All right, this one's making polonium. Polonium. Empty because it's making plutonium. Our tritium is the thing I'm worried about the most. It is bouncing, but it is gaining. Our deuterium is also gaining. And our energy is maxing out. 400 million FE a tick. Now this thing is dropping in 10? Is that bad? I hope that's because it doesn't have the energy going in here anymore. Well, I'll leave this filling up just in case it needs to be reignited again. Fuel is good. Oh, we're losing plasma. Does that mean this thing is going to just quit? Passive generation 320 KFE. Okay. So is this just going to turn off? If it turns off, that's fine. I'd rather it turn off than it... Like, that's what's worrying me right now is this plasma is dropping in temp and everything. But it might be a good thing. I don't know. I mean, I got fuel. The buffer is full, of course. Oh yeah, bypass limit. There we go. Oh, so is that what it's making? 533? I don't know. Yeah, it's just dropping in temp. I think it'll just quit. Which I don't know if I can turn the burn rate up or not. What'll happen? So if I just do 4. Okay, it's coming back up. Okay. Now we're staying solid. We're staying solid. Solid, I mean. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. Please stop. I don't want it to go over too much. It might blow up. Yeah, so the buffer for this isn't the buffer is what it is showing. Okay, so that's showing the buffer of 400 million FE a tick. Now the input might be limited here. I'm a little worried. It looks like it's not even taking anything in. Which is concerning. Oh, it took some in. You can see it every once in a while. You'll see it throw a little bit in there. Check the heat. Now it's climbing, which that's good. I just don't want it to turn off. So transferred versus dissipated, no idea what that means. Oh, there's the energy production, 589 and climbing. Let's check the fuel. We're still gaining fuel. Boy, I'm paranoid as hell of this thing right here. Because I don't know what'll happen with this plasma thing. Like, because once you turn it off, it just shuts off. It doesn't like slow down or not. I'm just... Okay, max plasma is 360. Max casing is 160. But that's at ejection rate 2. I'm at 4. So maybe I need to bring it back down? Right? So it's air cooled. It says minimum ejection rate is 2. Okay. Ignition temperature is 180. And it generates 320 kFE a tick. So when I take out the 4, oh look, it changes the number on here too. So I can leave it at 4. And this should go up to 360 and stop. See, it changed it. It's now 360 and max casing temp is 160. So this should go to 160 and this should go to 360. Because it's air cooled. I don't know if you can put anything around it to cool it off on the outside. What does this do? Active cooling is off. Oh man, it still worries me. All right. For right now, let's just stay away from the thing. We're constantly producing. Now, oh yeah, you have to have this set for deconcentrating. So you go to liquid to chemical, which is gas, I guess, but technically it's not a gas. And this one's outpacing these 3 tritium creators. And we're gaining, so we're good. Oof. How about that, guys? I'm a little worried it's going to blow up. But, you know. It'd be better for it to blow up, I guess, than to just turn off. Well, no, it'd be better for it to turn off. I got plenty of casings. I can make another one. Except for I don't know what happens when it blows up. Does it instantly kill me? Does it radiate the area? I don't know. We're good on radiation, right? All right. So that was a pretty good video, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. Let's go ahead and do one more thing, and that's make this time dilating. Get that quest going. And this thing works remotely, right? Yeah, wirelessly, interdimensionally, and everything. That's kind of cool. What's that mean? Don't automatically focus. Interesting. All right, so, quest? No, but it's an achievement. 1,024 types at 1,000,000 each. Damn. That's a lot. And this bad boy is still... See, this turbine's producing 557. I am tempted to see if I couldn't pump some more steam into this thing. I did upgrade this tube as well to the Supreme tube, just to make sure that this thing didn't build up. Where is that? Ta-da! I got 2 of these things. Now, I think since they're both set to the same frequency, that technically they both can hold drives, this many drives, and then this many drives, which is overkill. Ah, there's some brine. That's right. That's where I was getting my powder lithium. It filled up with brine. Oh, because it's the wrong color. I guess I accidentally put the wrong color down. Eh? Well, it's going to be empty anyway. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, how do I get that out of there? I forgot. This is supposed to be deconcentrating lithium so that I can make it into this lithium. Dropper. Yeah. Gauge dropper. We're just going to make a few droppers and then trash them because, yeah, they're not hard to make. Glass and osmium. We'll just clear this thing out. And hopefully that's enough. There we go. There we go. Now we got our lithium dust. I was like, why am I not getting lithium dust anymore? And it was because I had put the wrong thing on here. All right, good to go. All right. I am not mad at that. That was just me screwing up an ender tank. I like the music, sorry. This could be bigger too, if I really wanted to make more lithium. And now we're using more energy too, so that's good. Why don't I change the reactor to 5? All right, let's see if it's gonna blow up. Nope, it's sitting there. Let's pull more energy out of it. Let's make it the 5th, make it a 5. There we go. All right. Hopefully that's all understood, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we're gonna keep going because we're gonna get to the SPS next. We're going to make the doggone stuff we need for the mech suit to actually be worth a darn. And then we're going to make it look like this one. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of like the way the mech suit looks. I always have. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Appreciate you. Love you. Miss you. The next episode.